Hey everyone, this is Jennifer Sanchez. You are listening to the Wise Coffee Chat Show on WRMN 1410. Super excited to have you here this morning with us and my guest. But before I introduce my guest or let him introduce himself, who am I? My name is Jennifer Sanchez. I'm the founder of the Wise Alliance Network, Wise Coffee Chat Show, and the newest author of Wise Women Empower Women. So if anyone's looking to buy that book, it's on Amazon, available now. And of course, mom of three beautiful girls, real estate investor, entrepreneur. I do a bunch of things. So that's enough about me. I will pass it over to my guest, Anand, who's also my friend. Go for it, Anand.
Hey guys, I am Anand Bhatt. I am primarily an actor who went into directing, now filmmaking, and now all sorts of video production, including social media content, ads, strategy, you name it.
Yeah, that's exciting. And a second-time father, right? Yeah,
Yes.
let's not forget that.
Yeah, I just had a baby about 3 weeks ago, so that was very exciting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was exciting because I was trying to get you here before, and you were like, "I'm about to have a baby."
I can come. I'll just have to bring a little baby.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
totally fine.
You know, funny thing, one time when I had my last daughter, I had to go on a radio interview and I brought her with me, and she was like a 4-month-old baby, and I had her in the car seat at Jams at Odyssey with Gen BT.
Yeah.
And she was so cool with it. She was like, "I don't care. You're doing it."
Goodness.
She was
No,
like, "Keep the baby
That
there."
is amazing. So the funny thing is, same thing happened to me when Ariana, my first daughter, was 4 months old. So what happened is we got a Walmart commercial audition. And so I auditioned for it, and they asked me, which they do in auditions, "Hey, what did you think? What was your proudest moment?"
Yeah.
And I couldn't think of anything, so I was like, "Oh, my 4-month-old daughter just rolled over," and I thought that was really cool. Well, 2 hours later, they call me, and they're like, "Hey, we're looking for babies.
Okay.
Do you happen to know any?" And I was like, "Yeah, mine." And we did this nonchalant audition, and we both got the part.
Oh, that's so
And
cool.
so she was at 4 months old. She was with me on set, and it was the most amazing experience because she was in charge. In the middle of the shots, she took a nap.
Okay.
And the whole village of about 40, 50 people, we all waited for her to wake up.
Wow.
It was great. It was
I think you
amazing.
showed me this ad.
Yeah, it was a Walmart commercial.
Yeah.
So it was a national commercial, and God bless. It was awesome.
Yeah, that is amazing that you can bring your kids into that world, right? And I personally have worked with you, right? We used to work together, and you're so like a chill person, right?
Yeah.
But then I look at like, oh, what you've done or what you're doing, I'm like, what? It just doesn't add. You always feel like people that are doing like acting, they might be a little bit, difficult to reach, I guess. Maybe what's the appropriate word to say? Full of themselves sometimes.
Maybe.
Right?
And funny thing is, a lot of my best friends, they will tell me that, "Hey, first time we met you, we thought you were full of yourself until we talked to you." I'm like, okay, I don't know what gives that impression, but
I think it's the title itself, probably.
yeah, could be. Hey, but honestly, the thing is, a lot of the actors are going to be very chill because it is a social career where you have to be able to be on set, meet with people, and create positive energy. Otherwise, why would they want to work with you?
Oh,
There are so many actors that can replace me
That's
at any given point, and now with AI,
oh
even
my gosh,
even more.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely. No, I hope I was chill and I didn't give out.
No,
any-
you were cool. I mean, I was probably the more loud one there when we worked together. But so how did it all start, right? Because you're actor, stuntman, director, producer, and then you also are in film, and you yourself. I mean, I met you because we were doing video, right, and marketing for somebody. How did you fall into that world?
It was I don't know if it was a happy accident or, but it was very much an accident. I was studying for health IT. So I was in my final years of school, and in high school, I was always dancing. So dancing, and then I started teaching, that led to modeling. Well, in 2012, I won Mr. Desi Illinois 2012. Mr. Desi is like a term for Indian people, Indian and Pakistani people, like Latino, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2013, I won Mr. India Illinois.
Wow.
And that got me my first Bollywood movie.
Really?
And that Bollywood movie was again shot here in the US, but the directors come from like, he was an assistant director for a very big director in India. So these people had money, they were first time actors, but they were making a movie. And I thought it was the coolest thing that I've ever done. So fast forward, that movie did release in theaters and it was a disaster. But it got me
Oh my
started.
gosh.
The movie was called Koi Aena,
Okay.
and it means nobody come in, and nobody came to the movie either. So but things like
That's
that
funny.
is what kind of trajected me towards this. So I was in my clinicals for my health IT, and for somebody who didn't speak English when he moved here, I did Shakespeare play called Love's Labour's Lost.
Okay.
It was happening at my college. That got me into acting. And then I actually got on set and I auditioned and I got King Ferdinand, which is one of the leads in I don't know if you're familiar with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
And I did that play and around me were such amazing actors. And I was like, wow, this is acting.
Wow.
And so I kept picking people's brain, and I got started with a theater company called Rasika.
Okay.
And it was one of the South Asian theater companies, professional theater. And then I got there, and I was like, holy cow, this is acting.
Wow.
And I just kept going. And then in 2016 or so, I got my first lead role, and I quit my day job. And since then, I've just been acting. Doesn't matter what it is, but acting nowadays I felt is not enough. Where you cannot just be an actor nowadays because everybody has that tool.
Sure.
So I felt I needed to do more. And because I was a dancer, I was a martial artist, the auditions that I was going out for mostly were 7-Eleven owners, doctors, or IT guy, or a terrorist. So I was like, I think I'm more than that. So in 2017, for my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
I gathered a bunch of my friends and we made our first short film. It was about 30 minutes and it was probably the most challenging short film I've ever made. And it was terrible, in my personal opinion now.
Okay.
But at that time, I was so excited and it went viral on YouTube.
Really?
So then I made more short films
Okay.
with my friends and they won competitions. So I was like, maybe we're on to something. And then we made our first feature film. Again, your work is always going to get better, and that should be the goal.
Of course, little by little,
So
right?
our first movie did go on Amazon Prime, and it was called Encrypted the Cybercrime.
Okay.
And then I made a regional film called Gujarat Nu Gaurav, which is Gujarat is where I'm from in India. So that released in theaters. It was really fun. Then I just kept going. Our latest film is Raja 420. It's not about weed. It's 420 means fraud. So that is our latest film, and it's out on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Roku. And I just never stopped in the journey. So I still act, but on the side, I continued my filmmaking journey, learning the technology, action, comedy, horror, things like that. And I just continue to evolve.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you were doing that. I mean, again, I've seen it. I've seen some of the clips. I've seen the martial arts. I was like, I didn't know he did this. Like, I'm sitting here like, the guy that I work with you don't give off that, right? But it's a lot of action. I've seen a lot of like action. And then even like yesterday, I think I reshared one of your Instagram, your reel. I think it was your demo reel. I think it was that I saw on your Instagram. I reshared it and I was like, oh, look at that. That's cool. Right?
Yeah. And I've been very lucky when it comes to this because in Chicago, there's three major shows: Chicago PD, Fire,
Yes.
And Med. And I've been lucky enough to be on all of those shows multiple times.
Yeah.
So, and right now I play a reoccurring character on Chicago Fire as Dr. Patel.
Doctor,
So
very stereotypical.
I love it. So I love those stereotypical roles because now everyone who's on the show will remember. Oh, Dr.
Oh,
Patel.
of
Dr.
course.
Patel.
Well, I mean, in real life, majority of the doctors are right. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
if you don't know an
I'm just
Indian doctor,
saying.
I don't know.
I mean, I've gone to Indian doctors. So I'm not. I'm just saying. I mean, it's a stereotype sometimes.
And it's a
Latinos fall into it too.
yeah, it's a good stereotype.
You
I
know,
love it.
It's a good stereotype.
Yeah,
It's not at least the gangbanger, right? Like, you know, Latinos always fall into like the gangbanger stereotype, right?
And, and you know, a lot of times people will look at these stereotypical roles. I have some friends and they'll be like, oh, no, I would never do this role because it's too stereotypical. I'm like, I will do whatever you give me. I am happy to do it because I just love the form of the art. I love being on set. I love being surrounded by positive people who are just making films, and I love it.
That's awesome. It sounds fun. I mean, it sounds fun. So, how accurate is this? They always say like actors always got to take up multiple businesses or have multiple streams of income because it is difficult. Like, you know, what would you say about that?
Oh, 100%. I don't know about multiple streams of income, but there's a very good quote that I heard that it takes 15 to 20 years to become an overnight superstar. Right? So
wow.
what that basically means is you got to be in it for the long run.
Sure.
Success in this particular field comes from just being there.
Really?
Any of the roles that I've gotten, I had no control over it. Nobody went and told me that. I didn't go and approach somebody and I was like, hey, write me a doctor role or write me this role to be on this show. I just happened to get the audition because you don't control what auditions you get sent to. Your agent sends that. You don't get to control what you audition for. It's what you got. You're going to audition for it. You don't get to pick who's going to pick you. So all of this becomes a very much a luck process. I don't want to call it luck, but it's the process that where you're going to constantly, you know, you just have to be prepared for the opportunity that comes to you. And so you don't control a lot of it. So you just have to keep going. And the longer you're in the field, your chances of somewhat, you know, you call it success, go higher and higher and higher.
Really? So now with what you're doing, I mean, with Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, I mean, those are great shows, right? How do you feel now that you're like did you ever envision yourself doing something like this?
No. But now, you know, I feel like it's human nature. You always want more.
Okay.
So I constantly also feel that I'm not doing enough. So that's why I was like, oh, I got to do movies. I got to do this. I got to do this.
Oh.
I love being on set so much that if I'm not on set for, you know, a month or so, I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing enough. I need to do more.
Really?
So there's that hunger. And I think that you do need, if you're just in it for like, oh yeah, I'm just doing it for fun.
Just to do it, yeah.
Yeah, it's, you know, I mean, you might get success. It also depends on your destiny in life.
Sure.
But there is definitely somewhat of passion and love that you have to be in this industry.
I could see that because I say that to the students all the time since we're like at a media school. Like, if you're gonna do podcasts and radio and all that stuff, you need to love it. This is not like, I mean, do it for the money, sure, but even sometimes the money is not even right. It's not. It's absolutely. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, absolutely. No, so I write my own movies. I direct them. I shoot them. I DP them, meaning I'll light the scene and stuff like that. Of course, I have help on set, but we all do it for the passion. And then in my actor friends, they volunteer their day or two, but then it's my job and then my responsibility to put in the work to make sure everything's edited correctly, color graded, sound design, dialogues, everything is done. So I put 6 to 9 months in my own film to make sure it actually comes out. Wow. And when it comes out, does it make a lot of money? Not the 6 to 9 month work, but that's why it's called a passion project and not, you know.
So how long have you been working at this now? How many years?
I would say I started in 2013, and then 2017 I started making my own movies. So
Wow.
almost 9 years in making my own movies.
Oh, wow, 9 years.
Yeah.
Because you said the saying is 15 to 20
15
years.
to 20 years.
Oh my gosh.
I'm reaching there, hopefully.
And how has it been balancing, just balancing marriage, right? You're married, you have a wife,
Yeah.
you have 2 little girls, right? How has that been a balance for you?
So luckily, my wife, me getting into films is actually all her fault.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
She bought me.
Does she know this?
Yeah,
Okay.
she knows this. So she bought me my first camera
Okay.
on my birthday in 2017, and that
Okay.
is what I used to shoot my first short film.
Oh, wow.
So, and then I sold it, and she gave me a lot of
Grief
for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it's sorry, my bad. But no, she's been very supportive. So in that sense, I've been very lucky
Nice.
that I recently, just before I had the baby, I quit the job. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We bought a house to be closer to the job. And then the day we moved, I ended up quitting. And I was like, I'm so sorry. We caused us inconvenience. And she's like, don't worry about it.
Aw.
Don't worry about it. Just because she also knows that I'm not going to sit still. So she knows I'm good at what I do. So I'm going to constantly try and make it
awesome.
work and provide for the family as much as I can. And luckily, she has a corporate job. So
it helps. It helps when
She has
there's
a
2
stable
incomes.
income.
Yes, it really does help, especially when you're like looking always for gig work or clients, like something steady. I mean, that's why like sometimes W-2s do help when you're trying to build something, right? So I like the fact that she's there supporting you. You have the kids. I mean, when I met you, I mean, I know you were doing gig work even while working and stuff like that. And I still won't forget when you were like, can you help me with these lines? And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is weird. And I think you had me like saying lines so that you can record yourself. That's what it was.
Right.
You're recording yourself for like an audition.
Yeah, exactly. And because these auditions come at a different time. So at that time, I was at the office and you
Yeah.
were the reader for me.
I was
and
the-
so thank you for that. You were off camera. You were like, am I saying this right? I'm like, don't worry about it. I just have to probably respond. And so it's really funny. The way all this kind of happens into it's just you just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And yes, to your what your statement was, actors will always need to have some sort of financial stability to be able to continue doing this for the long run.
Yeah.
Because if you burn yourself out in the young years, I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll just do Uber. I'll do this and I'll earn enough to continue doing acting. That only lasts for so long. So you want to be able to keep doing. You want to be in it for the long haul rather than some short-term hope and pray.
No, and this is good, and I'm sure the students are going to appreciate what you're talking about because sometimes there's unrealistic ideas around it, like, oh, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna be the next Denzel Washington or something, right? Of something huge, but like you have to work towards it, like you're saying, right?
And absolutely, and success. I'm sure you've heard these stories of some actors. They were like, "Oh, I was about to give up. I was about to give up." Think about it. If they had given up, they would never be where they are. Mm-hmm. So you don't know how long that success is going to take. It's just a matter of, can you be there long enough to find that success?
Yeah. Now, do you ever get starstruck working for Chicago PD or
all the time?
Oh, who do you get starstruck by? I'm just curious.
I can't even I can't even say certain names, but every time I worked with a Chicago PD or Chicago Med or Chicago Fire actors or actresses, I'm constantly like, I cannot believe I'm talking to them right now.
That's super cool.
Not only that I'm talking to them, I'm in the scene with them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's amazing.
That's super cool. I think the only one I always tell the students, I'm like, do not fangirl. Anytime they know, like anytime we go anywhere, like you got to be cool, calm, collected, right? But I was like, maybe when if I were to ever see Voight, that would be the only person I would be like, okay, yeah, I'm because I love his character,
right.
in the show,
Of course,
right?
And honestly, these guys are super cool. The people I've worked with on any of the shows, they're so chill, so down to earth. When you meet them, you're more nervous
Than they are.
and then you speak with them, and you're like, oh, they joke with you, they play around with you. They make it very comfortable for you to be on set.
That's
all of the actors so
awesome.
far. So
That's awesome. I'm happy for you. It sounds
Yeah.
cool. I mean, sometimes when one door closes, another one opens, right?
Absolutely.
And I know that now that you're like full blown entrepreneur doing your own thing, it can be scary. Because I remember you were texting me and you were like, well, how did you manage it when you were like, I was like, you just gotta go. Like you can't think, you know?
Yeah, and it was for 2 days after I quit, I was hating myself. I'm like, what am I doing? I have 2 mortgages now, and then a baby coming. What was I thinking? I should have just sucked it up and stuck around. But after those 2 days, things started working out, and I was like, I think everything's gonna be fine. Life takes care of life.
It always works out. It will even like you might panic about things and think of like what could happen. I think it's the unknown. Right. It's the unknown of what could happen that freaks people out and why people start panicking, and then you get anxiety. But once you trust that, like you said, life takes care of itself. I like that, actually. I'm gonna start using that, right? Like, because it's almost like it'll always work out.
Yeah.
And for me, like after, because we worked together, right? And then when I left the company, I was like, well, now what? Now what I do? That's a consistent income.
And you were also going through some other life's challenges.
Yeah,
as well.
I was. I talk about it in my book. But I'm just shameless plug. But don't give me that face. But I think once you're on your own and you're doing it and you're out there and you kind of get really focused of like, I cannot fail, right? I'm sure you felt that, like, I cannot fail. I need to make this work.
And the funny thing is, from 2013 to 2024, I was freelancing. Oh. Right? So since
you were used to it already.
I was used to it.
Okay.
I just got spoiled.
Yeah.
When I worked there,
when
I worked for 2.5 years at a job, I got spoiled. I was like, oh, I have a paycheck coming in. I love the work. Don't get me wrong. I was doing a lot of video production work, creative work, and the job also never gave me trouble about it. They loved what I was doing.
Yeah, you were great.
Yeah, so for me, I was like, oh, I love the job. But what ends up happening is I got used to the paycheck, and then I was like, oh no. And then when it went away, I think I was more mad at myself. I'm like, now you have to do more work to earn less money. So there you go. Keep going.
The life of the entrepreneur is kind of 24/7, right? It just doesn't stop. Like you're sleeping, dreaming of like work, of like, what's the next thing? How do I get the next income, right? Or check. So I can, and if you've done it, then you know what you need to do.
Exactly.
Right.
So, before, and I learned a lot at the previous job, in terms of marketing. Right. So before, I never thought of myself as a business. I would just be like word of mouth. Whoever comes to me, I'm like, yeah, of course, I'll film with you, and everything's good. So but now I am starting to treat it more like a business.
I love that. So what we're going to do real quick, I mean, you guys are listening to WRMN 1410 with Anand. We're just getting to know who he is and how he got into the industry that he is in. But what we're going to do when we come back, we're going to get to know more of him and his business ventures and what he's doing and what he's working on. So make sure you guys stay tuned and don't touch that dial. Right, we are back. If you're just tuning in, you are listening to the Wise Coffee Chat Show on WRMN 1410. And we're speaking right now with Anand. And we're just getting to know him, his story, how he got into acting, how it went from pageantry work.
It's funny.
Is that
you
what you
say
call
it?
it?
Out loud. Yeah.
I mean, because you said you were
I
going.
won a pageant.
You did.
I did 2 of them.
two pageants, which is first off, it was Desi, which means Indian and Pakistani culture, right? Like the word Latino for us. And you were actually going into you were in medical
Health IT, yeah.
And then you ended up switching careers.
Yeah.
And now you're in marketing and you're in video. I mean, and I met you in the marketing side. So like, how does that feel? Even that, like, do you wish you did health at all? Or you're just like, no, I'm in my zone. Like, that's just a thought. I'm like,
so reality of it, as I was saying, actors usually don't have a lot of money. They're usually surviving. So I do think maybe if I would have continued on the health IT journey, I would have a stable job. But then at the same time, I maybe wouldn't have the flexibility. So,
that's a good point.
yeah. So, and right now, in a way, I am happy that everything I do has to do with the entertainment industry. And when that happens, now at least my brain is no longer shutting off and switching. It's always in the creative mode. Because I think what happens I have a lot of friends who are actors who do have the 9 to 5, and they struggle from switching from shutting off their work brain and then going back into the creative side of things and things like that.
It is hard. You really have to find a job or a W-2 that would let you do that, right? Which I think, I mean, where we were together, the entrepreneurial spirit in the place of business that we were, I was a contractor and you were there too as a contractor. Mm-hmm. You still had that flexibility. I think, like, I still had my entrepreneurial mindset there. Like, I didn't lose it, I guess. But then again, you're on the creative side too, right? I think I didn't get back into my creative side till I start here. Like, I was like, oh, I forgot about these videos. Oh, I forgot about, because I did come here too for video, right? Sure. Radio and TV and editing and stuff. So I was like, oh, I missed this. And then watching people kind of get into their creative spaces and making short films or documentaries, like, oh, this is fun. Like, I forgot all about this, right? Because you're around creatives all day and it's exciting. So you've been very fortunate to have the flexibility for your kids. I'm assuming that's amazing, right? That you can be there for your daughters.
Yes and no. What ends up happening is, yesterday I was talking to my wife, and I was like, so, it's been a few weeks, a month or so. How do you feel that I quit my job? And she's like, I miss you on the weekends, because a lot of this stuff that I will end up doing either will be between when Ariana, my older daughter, is at school, or on the weekends. So now most of my weekends are taken up by gigs that I'm trying to shoot.
Wow, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay. So you're doing gig work, and that's like, what kind of work is that?
There's a big spectrum of these work. And so right now I'm handling restaurant clients. I am handling music videos and artists, and also doing wedding commercial work, as well as real estate work.
Oh, that's exciting.
Right. So there's a broad spectrum of work that I currently do. And I'm also helping few people with social media strategy and content strategy, because I went through these very expensive trainings on how you can, like a formula to generate viral videos for you.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great that you got that opportunity. Oh, yeah. I remember they sent you guys. Yeah, I remember
we did
these trips. Yeah, I remember these trips. That's awesome that you guys did all of that, and that you are. So do you see yourself as more of a marketer now?
Absolutely. And the more I'm into this, I am also trying to get into the ad space, like Google ads, Meta ads, and things like that, to also learn the back ends of it. So now I already know the creative side of creating the asset. Now, how do you market it? And
Yeah.
that is the side that I'm trying to focus on more for myself and, of course, for my clients.
For the clients that you pick up. Yeah, because I think even we've talked about this. I mean, we teach it here, like the social media machine is a big monster that needs to get tamed. And there's just so many ways that you can promote on social media and so many different platforms and so many different ways. And it's just like, it can get overwhelming.
Oh, absolutely. And if you nowadays, the way the algorithm before was, of course, everybody knows who Gary Vee is. And he used to have a saying, is like, if you are a small business and you're not on social media, you're losing out on ton of clients.
Yeah.
So he had a formula before where he's like, shoot a video, 3 videos a day, doesn't matter. Just post it. Just post it. Now the algorithm has changed recently from what I have been told. The way it has changed is now if you're putting out 3 bad content per day, algorithm is going to stop pushing it because you are now pushing out bad content and they have seen that you're not getting the engagement. So now you can post less often, but make sure the ideation, the quality, and what you're what you're posting is good and it's getting engagement. That's what's going to make algorithm push your work a lot more. And that nuance a lot of people don't know yet because it's a recent change.
It's a recent change that happened on the algorithm. So we're first to hear it. Because I mean, it's amazing because I've met content creators and they said, okay, we'll post 3 times a day, right? Some will say I post at least consistently once a day. And some will say I've posted 12 times a day. And I'm like, my gosh, like, and then, I almost feel like the content creators are kind of like taking over in the social media marketing spectrum, right? Because it wasn't like this before.
No, I mean, it's become a career for a lot of people. Creating content has become a career.
Yes.
Some of the actresses and actors I would meet on set and I'd be like, oh, what do you do? And they'd be like, oh, we're content creators. So they'll like go to a hotel, they'll talk to them and like, hey, this is our Instagram. If you give us a stay here, we'll post it on our page. And it works for them.
Yeah.
So, and nowadays, digital marketing is by far the biggest form of marketing.
Yeah.
It's not newspapers. It's not anything like that. Everybody's just scrolling on
the, you're absolutely right. Because at one point, that's what it was, right? It was billboards, it was ads, it was media. I mean, still media. I think you still can promote through media, but not the same, right? Radio. So I know it's changed so much, right? Watching for me, it's interesting because I've always used social media like forever for anything since MySpace. But it's literally, how old are you? Hold on. We taking MySpace shots. So MySpace, but not to market. I never marketed on MySpace. I have no idea how people did it on MySpace.
I don't know either.
I only did Facebook. Like, I know Facebook is great. Like, I love Facebook, but I know Facebook is also like kind of getting boring where it feels like everyone's on more on Instagram and TikTok, right? Yes. But stop laughing. We have the guys over there cracking up. But now it's kind of like, okay, how do you, especially for a small business owner, like, where is the first place that you go to? Where do you focus? Where do you put your energy in, right? I know for me, I could get numbers as long as it's tagged to my Facebook, my Instagram, like, because I haven't built my Instagram high enough to get the numbers that I need to get, right? Sure. So, or I need to collab with a bunch of people so I could get the numbers.
Yeah. I mean, the in-person networking, I don't think that's ever going to go out of style.
And that's great.
I think Instagram, digital marketing, and any of these other things are just to complement those things. Because a lot of times, if you don't know somebody, you see something great on Instagram, that's great. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's great. And you're going to scroll past.
Yeah.
It's only when you have some sort of a personal connection, you're like, oh, yeah, I know this person, or I know this person from this person. Let me reach out.
For sure. That makes sense. And I think also like content is king, right? What are you putting out there? Or being niched at least, right? I mean, you can't talk about everything and anything on social media, because then no one's going to follow you because you're all over the place.
Right. You need to have, you definitely need to have a certain content strategy, a focus, a business mission almost.
Yeah.
Because if you provide value for your client, whoever that may be, doesn't matter if you're a restaurant, there's a golf club that I manage that also has a banquet. So you have to focus on what you want to market, and then you kind of go into, okay, what is the strategy? And of course, at the end of it, all of this does take time, effort, money. So what is your budget in all of it? Not just monetary wise, also like what is your budget on time? Like, do you have time to spend 2 hours, 3 hours a week? Because like you said, a lot of people are content creators full time. Now, if you're a small business, you're competing with those full-time content creators, and just by practice, they're putting in a lot more hours than you are. It's just
that
how
is
it
such a good point. So if you're running a business and you have to create content for your business, you're doing the books, and most small business owners are managing like the whole business, right?
Yes.
The front end, the back end, employees if they're big enough, and then you got to do content. It's a lot for an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, and that's where people like me kind of come in, and we're like, hey, you have a small business. It definitely needs to be on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Those are, I feel like those three, as long as you get it, then Google Ads, YouTube Shorts, things like that. I think that's more of a want, but these three should be the basics of it.
Of course.
And that's where people like me come in, like, hey, we'll help you, and we'll work within your budget, but we will at least keep your social media alive so you can find more clients and business. I'll give you an example. So I myself am vegetarian, and I saw a video on TikTok. Somebody was saying, hey, they just got cauliflower burgers at Dave's Hot Chicken. Just from the title, I would probably never walk into Dave's Hot Chicken being a vegetarian. But because I saw that video, I was like, oh, let me go and check out this cauliflower wing or whatever they have. And I did, and I love it. And I go there almost like 2 times a week.
I should try it.
I should.
Delicious.
So Dave's Hot Chicken, if you're looking for content, I'm right here.
Yeah, right. You need a creator, content creator. And it's true, like all these businesses now, with what I do here, because I do the career services, they're always looking for content creators.
Yes.
So that is where it's moving a lot of these job opportunities for businesses, because they want someone that does stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Right. And I keep trying to like drill it in the students' head, like, y'all need to get on the editing, get your editing up to par. Make sure you guys are out there creating your own content for yourselves, so that when you're in front of an employer, you say, hey, this is what I've created.
Yes.
Right. This is what I can create for you. Because it's definitely the new way of marketing now.
Yeah, and now with AI, like,
oh yeah, talk about that, because that's your thing.
Yeah, no, I've been dabbling with AI. So I've always been a type of filmmaker who approaches new technology like aggressively.
Okay.
I love, so there was a huge thing on virtual production, Unreal Engine, and everything. It was making you could film in your little studio, and you could be in a way different environment. And then AI came along. And nowadays, so we have currently we are working on a feature film, which is mythological horror feature film. And when I started shooting, or when I came up with the story, I was going to do everything in 3D, which takes hours and hours and hours, meaning VFX and traditional VFX approach. Now, the way AI has evolved, I use real footage with AI VFX, and I merge them into it, and it saves me so much time, and the quality is great. So with AI, if you know what you're doing, that's the biggest thing. Otherwise, you're going to make weird videos, and maybe you'll get engagement on 1 or 2, but you won't be able to create like a story out of it. because storytelling aspect with AI is the key to good marketing.
Really?
Always. I think story will always be king. AI is just a
Of
tool
course,
that you're making.
that you can use for it. It's funny because just recently this week I got caught, and I think here one of my team members saw me. I got caught into an AI movie, and he walks in. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm watching an AI movie. I don't know what caught my attention with this AI movie, but it was so good, and I was like, it was just an ad, right? And then, of course, the algorithm probably picked up that I was watching it, so it kept showing me more of that movie. And I was like, I need to figure out what happened to this wolf girl that, now I'm sitting here looking for it. Like, where do I download this? But I've never really, like, AI movies, I've seen them. It never really caught my attention, except that one. I was like, no, this one actually caught my attention. It was the story, right? It was the story. And sometimes the AI wasn't that terrible. I don't know what the difference was. It looked pretty good. Like it looked kind of, it looked like the video games like Grand Theft Auto or something, you could, and I was like, okay, this is not too bad. I could probably deal with this, I don't know if I would want all my movies to look like that, but it was cool.
But AI is right now in its infancy.
Oh,
right? Like we just started getting this technology. So now you think,
oh my gosh,
5 years from now,
what is going to look like?
What can you do? And some of the tools have gotten very good. I'll share this with you later on. I've made brand films completely with AI, and people ask me how I shot it.
Oh, we got to see this. Yeah. I'm excited. Okay.
So there is aspect of realism, but you absolutely need to know what you're doing to make sure it looks real.
Wow.
And the goal is, it looks visually when you watch something. I don't think the fact that it's AI should take away from the story. So if it's a good story, I think you'll watch.
Of course, that makes sense.
And that goes into the business marketing aspect.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if, let's say for the restaurant, I have created a making video, like a mojito making video, right? Now, it doesn't matter if I created with AI or not with AI, but if visually I can tell that it's done with AI, I'm already taken out of, I'm not invested in it anymore. So there needs to be that realism to what you're creating, and that only comes with generating a lot of videos and coming up with a good story and concept to visually capture the audience into what you're trying to sell.
I like that. I mean, and it makes sense. At the end of the day, I think marketing or learning how to sell, you could sell anything as long as you know how to sell right? So if you don't have those skills or have someone that has that skill set, you can't really take the product very far. Like you can have the best product in the world, but if you don't know how to market it or put it out there, it's not going to go anywhere.
Exactly.
Right.
So, and sometimes what happens with these small businesses, let's say you have like a little lipstick that you're trying to sell. Now, how are you going to market it if you don't have a marketing budget? Well, that's where I think stuff like AI comes in, where it can generate very engaging ads. And then once you start getting revenue, you can start adding real content creators and real influencers into the mix. So now you also build a brand and you get free not free marketing, but like paid sort of marketing.
That makes a lot of sense. And you are now, you said you spearheaded or you wanted to be ahead of the game with the AI stuff, right?
I mean, so I did complete about 3 certifications.
Oh, wow.
With like, and proper, these cost tons of money, but these guys are like the leading AI people in the world, right? Okay. So they've done brand commercials for like Mercedes, you name it. Their movies and stuff is on Amazon Prime. They're big known people that integrate AI into their workflow. And those are the people I will study from, get certifications and things like that. So I've been diving into it a lot.
So how much, now since you've said it, I'm just curious, they always say you have to invest in yourself, right? Like thousands of dollars in trainings and education. How much investing have you done in yourself for the craft that you're in?
So for like overall, or overall, oh man, thousands of dollars. Like 10, 20, 30 some $1,000 over the years. The recent like Unreal Engine certification for virtual production, it was about $4,000. And then you get into these AI things, and each of them was like $1,500 to $1,700.
Wow.
So it does cost you money, but you get to learn.
And you're ahead of the game, I guess, right?
I mean, it's also, like I said, in-person networking, but this is more like virtual networking.
Okay.
And if you go like, I went to MIT for school, right? Or I went to Harvard. There is certain
prestigiousness. Yeah, and when you say I went to this school, it gives like a level of credibility, even if you got D's.
Yeah,
like right, like got a bunch of D's, but I went to Harvard. So it's like, well, it's like, oh, okay, it's like A++ from a community college here, right? Like, I mean, seriously, right?
No, it's absolutely true. So and these people have worked on big motion pictures like Lion King.
Oh, that's super
Mandalorian,
cool.
you name it, Disney, everything. So when you are learning directly from them, I think there is a certain level of prestige that comes with it.
Yeah.
And now, is that going to lead into work and connection?
Maybe
depends
not.
on you, right?
Yeah.
That depends on your portfolio. That depends on where you are located, because these people teach people all over the world.
Yeah. And how you leverage it, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
So like if you have that stamp, I mean, I try to leverage everything. Like, well, I do this from here. I've done this from here. I mean, it helps leverage the credibility that you know what you're doing, right? So that's cool that you're doing all of those things.
Yeah.
Inspirational, honestly.
And it's actually very fun. Right now, it's something that I'm also like a little obsessed about. So I'm creating a lot of projects with the help of AI.
Really?
A lot of people, sometimes have a fear like, oh, AI is going to
take over.
No, it's a tool. It's a tool. I don't think AI doesn't create anything for you. You use it to create your project. And that's what.
Well, yeah, you have to give it the prompts and tell it what you need it to do, right? So I can understand why anything that's new that comes out always scares people, right? Any technology, and usually we're like the slower ones to pick up on it, right? Like other countries are probably already way in advance and they've already utilized it and they're already like on level 10 and we're on like level 1.
Yeah, and of course, and a lot of people think, oh, it's AI, so it's easy and it's cheap. It's not. It takes hours and hours of work. Only the process has changed. The process of creating a commercial with AI is the same as shooting one in real life. Only thing it doesn't require is locations. So you still have to create your actors, right? You still have to, first off is the story and the script. You have to create that. Then you have to get your actors. Then you have to get your, locations and stuff. But locations with AI, you just create them in AI. And then, of course, you don't shoot, but you generate. And then, of course, comes the post-production and sound design and everything. So the work is there. It's just you're doing it from home rather than going on location with 15, 20 crew members and things like that.
And I'm sure you could you're saving a lot of money, right?
Yes. But let me tell you what that a lot of money comes out to. So there is a AI film that came out recently, feature film. And it was about 60 to 70 minutes. It's a good movie, decent production value, and there were about 5 or 6, I think a team of 10 people, I think, worked on it. I don't remember the exact details, but they said they spent $70,000.
Oh wow!
Creating that feature film.
Oh wow!
In credits.
Oh wow!
So, but the way they equate out to is like if they tried to shoot it in real life, it would be $750,000.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay, I could see that.
there is that sort of a difference. So money is still there. It's not cheap. It is still time consuming. It does require people. But
Okay. Well, this is very interesting. I appreciate your time coming out and spending it with me this morning. It's been great, and I know the students are excited to meet you. So, thank you so much for being here. And if anyone wants to get in touch with you, where would they go to get in touch with you?
you could go on my Instagram. It is official Anand Bhatt, ANAND, last name BHATT. Or you can reach me by email, anandbhattmedia@gmail.com.
Perfect. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. You are listening to the Wise Coffee Chat Show on WRMN 1410. And you can learn more about WRMN 1410 by going to their website at WRMN1410.com. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great rest of your week. God bless.